Most climbers have probably never heard of this injury, yet thanks to the power of ultrasound, we can now identify it as one of the most common afflictions that I see, causing discomfort, pain, and even weakness in climbers' fingers. It's a phenomenon generally referred to as pulley thickening in the medical field, though I prefer to call it injury-induced pulley thickening, or IIPT for short, to help differentiate it from another form of pulley thickening that happens as a normal adaptation to climbing. So, if you've had some annoying finger pain and maybe even a weird little lump in your finger, be sure to stick around to learn what causes IIPT, how you can identify it, what you can do to fix it, and of course, how long it'll take till you're back to 100%. If not treated properly, it can be an incredibly frustrating condition with how long it persists and degrades your performance. For that reason, the earlier you identify the issue and start your recovery, the faster you'll be able to return to full performance and minimize long-term impact. For mild to moderate IIPT, the typical timeline is about 8 to 12 weeks. For more severe cases, you're looking at more like 13 to 18 weeks. Of course, the quality of your recovery efforts will be a large determining factor here. If you put it off or don't take it seriously, it could be 6 or 9 months. By the way, we have a brand new, free, interactive questionnaire on our website that we specifically designed to help you assess and understand your finger injury. Emil and I spent an entire year developing the algorithms for this tool so you can get a better understanding of what's causing your pain, how severe it is, and how to recover from it. Please note this is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice or diagnosis, but it's an awesome way to jumpstart your injury knowledge. Did I mention it's free? Let's start by nailing down what exactly IIPT feels like. IIPT typically begins with mild discomfort near the A2 or A4 pulley. Symptoms are most often provoked by crimping and direct pressure over the pulley, like a jug or a barbell that presses on the pulley when you grab it. Initial symptoms may not be noticeable during a climbing session, but they can show up later that day. Over time, the pain becomes more prominent and persistent with activity and may even begin to bother you the morning after a session as well. As the condition progresses, the pain around the pulley becomes even harder to ignore to the point where strength and performance start to suffer. Sometimes you may still be able to crimp fairly well when done in a slow and controlled manner, but the pain tends to be worse when moving dynamically and loading the pulley rapidly. Finally, you may start to notice a palpable mass, lump, or thickness under the skin in the painful area. When it's in the A2 region, it tends to be a lump that's fairly obvious when you compare it to the same region in other uninjured fingers. When it's in the A4 region, it can be a bit more subtle, and sometimes rather than an obvious lump, it'll simply feel like a diffuse thickening or elevation. Either way, if it's IIPT, it will be firm and rigid, unlike a cyst, which will feel ball-like, compressible, and mobile.